Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game, Season 1, Episode 36. We are live in front of 5,100 people in Florida, Southeast region, and in Darwin's Fooch Pavilion. We're going to open up with the Authors of Pain defending their NXT Championship against the Crow's Nest. Authors of Pain defeat the Crow's Nest in 12:56 when Razor defeats Dance by pinfall with a Super Collider. The Authors of Pain make defense number 9 of their NXT Tag Team Championships. The storyline has advanced. 68-67 for the Authors, 48-43 for the Crow's Nest. Show off to a hot, strong start. Dance was off his game. Razor and El-Ring had great chemistry, worker improvements, Dance and performance. Well, that's good. So the Authors of Pain make their 9th defense. They're really running through absolutely everybody. They're completely unopposed through 36 weeks here in NXT. Sorry, Dance. Ooh, a 91 rating. All right. After having just won the match, the Authors of Pain standing in the ring are handed their NXT Tag Team Championships as the fans lay in the booze. Paul El-Ring with a microphone insists that his Authors of Pain are completely unopposed. That is until he drops the mic and hears. So the announcing lifted it. Come boost. Can't go hotter, no skill improvements. Until he hears Blake and Murphy Factor's theme as Velvet Sky leads her boys Blake and Murphy onto the stage with a microphone in hand. Velvet Sky says everyone in the NXT locker room has earned a shot after shot after shot at the NXT. If her boys think they're so strong, how about this? Just as she's about to finish that statement, though, William Regal, the NXT commissioner, steps up with a microphone. The Authors of Pain are in ring screaming, "Let's go, William Regal." Seems baffled that the Authors of Pain would be willing to take on this challenge after a hard-fought win versus Crow's Nest. But their persistent approach makes it known that the Authors of Game tonight, and the referee has come, and an impromptu match will begin. The Authors of Pain, though, it does not appear like they're going to be allowing the match to get started. William Regal worked the crowd well. They're better. She came across well. It advanced. So, a 60 rating for the match-ish. But the Authors of Pain have become monsters in their segment. So this is really good. They're really gaining a lot of traction. In an extremely short match, the Authors of Pain draw with Blake and Murphy when the match descended into chaos. For going all out. Negative crowd reaction. Poor psychology, inconsistency, poor gimmick. Okay, well, we don't normally check that stuff, but I wanted to check it this time. The Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor with a 69 and 67. Murphy with a 46. Blake with a 51. What we had gained, we just lost in the actual match, which is unfortunate. However, the Authors of Pain continue to be absolutely fantastic. Razor and Paul El-Ring again with a great chemistry. The Authors of Pain doing absolutely fantastic work here in NXT. They've really been building up their brand, if you will. An 86, another solid rating for the Authors of Pain. Before the match really has even gotten started, it has ended in a no contest as Akam and Razor didn't allow Blake and Murphy to get into the match as the bell sounded for 3 minutes. William Regal looks sad right at the Authors of Pain as Paul El-Ring as they walk up the ramp, and we can audibly hear them saying off camera, next week it's going to be Blake and Murphy versus the Authors of Pain in a no disqualification match, given what happened here tonight. We focus on Velvet Sky tending to Blake and Murphy as we fade out. So it advanced, it lost heat, it advanced again and gained heat again. Performance of Akam was good. Worker improvements, no worker improvements, but really the Authors of Pain are becoming one of my favorite acts here in NXT. They've been absolutely fantastic. All right, now we get Tom Phillips, Nigel McGuinness, and Steve Corino welcoming us here to NXT tonight. Tom Phillips says that tonight here on NXT, we're going to have one hell of a show. The camera stands on them for a moment as we fade to ringside, so there shouldn't be no improvements for these guys. Nope, but they've been great. All right, next is a reminder that next week here, in 2 weeks, it'll be Triple H. In 2 weeks, Triple H will be here on NXT. And he's going to have stuff to say. Sorry, I was responding to a text message. I won't let that happen again. Alrighty. And about that, I had good wrestling, but little heat. Now, Peyton Royce defeats Liv Morgan in 5:09 with the bitch kick. Liv Morgan takes the L here to the NXT Women's Champion. She was off her game. Peyton Royce is getting better at his gimmick. This match had very little drama or flow to it. The match gave the crowd a breather. Well, that was good. Peyton Royce with the 82 performance here on NXT The Game tonight here. On NXT The Game tonight, the NXT Women's Champion puts in a solid performance. No worker improvements. That's all right. This was an eye candy-based match to get us started here. Next week, it will be Bridges of the Crow's Nest in action. Sarah Bridges, formerly Crazy Mary Dobson. I don't remember her name. I may change her name to what NXT is going to be going by. I'm not sure, but we're going to leave her here for now as Bridges since we already started with Bridges' name. Bridges will be in action next week. All right, next, the camera finds Adam Cole backstage talking to a stagehand as none other than the newest member of the NXT rosters, TJP, walks up. TJP walks up to Adam Cole and says it's good to see him again. Adam Cole smugly extends his hand, but TJP just looks at it. TJP arrogantly walks away as the two will meet tonight. So TJP came up for bid from WWE, and I decided to put in a bid on him. I only put in one bid, didn't think I'd get him, but I ended up getting him. So his degenerate gimmick got an initial rating of very good. No work or improvements. But that's okay. TJP and Adam Cole will be facing off later tonight. That's a pretty big task for a debut match here for TJP. And a poor match. Eric Young defeats Ani Lorcan in 9:22 by pinfall with a spike piledriver. Sanity's leader, Eric Young, the last few matches has improved with his worker. I think it was performance rating. Somebody gets here. Oh, performance skills again. So Eric Young, who's really continuously been a very good member and a very useful member of the NXT roster for us, if not filling a main event spot, a upper mid-card spot being used as a utility piece, has been absolutely great. I always think of him and Ty Dillinger as my guys, kind of my gatekeepers on either side, but we're going to have to get Ty Dillinger up and running again, too. I really haven't had much for him. But either way, Eric Young with a 60, Ani Lorcan with a 25, and it lifted the match. All right, we see the NXT Women's Champion, Peyton Royce, walking in the back with her championship draped over her gorgeous shoulder. Best friend Billie Kay right next to her when her phone buzzes. Peyton sets down her championship and looks at the incoming text ID. We don't see the name, but the camera zooms in and shows us the message, "See you soon." Billie and Peyton Royce seem giddy at this. So who's messaging the iconic duo and why are they so giddy? We'll find out shortly. No work or improvements. All right. Next up, a reminder that in tonight's main event, we are going to see Andrade Cien Almas and Drew McIntyre, who face off for the NXT Championship at TakeOver, versus Bobby Roode and Mr. NXT, who also face off at TakeOver, live tonight here on NXT. So Making Impact has gained an advance. Not Contender storyline has advanced. Worker improvements, there's nothing. Alrighty, we're going to keep it going here on NXT tonight. It's been a pretty solid show thus far. And about that, had decent wrestling, but little heat. Adam Cole defeats TJP in 5:26 with a flying crossbody. I guess he just hooked the ropes. They have good chemistry, which is great. The color commentary give it a boost. A 58 for Cole, 38 for TJP. If you guys want to leave me some thoughts in the comments on what to do with TJP, that'd be great. Same thing with Adam Cole. I'm not really a huge Adam Cole fan in real life. So I'm not really sure. I'm not okay. Let me rephrase. I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I haven't watched much of him aside from his stuff in Ring of Honor and his stuff in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know that's been his two major promotions, but I'm not really sure what his character should be here in NXT. So if you guys have any suggestions, that'd be great. No work improvements. All right, we're gonna keep it going. We also get a split video of Bobby Roode, Mr. NXT, Andrade Cien Almas, and Drew McIntyre all preparing for their match tonight separately. It should be interesting as the four who will be facing one another at NXT TakeOver will have to team up tonight. So at Advance in Game with Heat is Advance, no work or improvements for Roode, NXT, Andrade Cien Almas, and McIntyre. 77B, that's very good. All right, coming up next, and about that at Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, TM61 defeats Sean Mercer in 4:35 when Miller hits Mercer with the Thunder Valley. So TM61 gets a much-needed win. Now, I'm kind of struggling here. We had Ho Ho Loon and Tion Ben. Heavy Machinery went to NXT UK, then they got hurt. We had the Bollywood Boys before they debuted on NXT TV. They're in NXT UK. They're just not over. We really need some face teams to take some losses here. TM61 is getting rebuilt back up. They've kind of played that role since DIY has been hot in terms of being the team to put the other teams over and get them work on the hillside. Thorne and Miller with a 62 and 60. Great. Mercer and Shaw with 31 and 26. Not bad. Both of gimmicks for McMiller's getting stale. Shane Thorne's off his game. Worker improvement. Shaw's improving her Rumble skills. Not exactly what I want, but I'll take it. Why not? We're here to help. All right, next we get a highlight package from last week with Aleister Black returning. Black came out and hyped the crowd before being interrupted by debuting NXT superstar The Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. We get into it as it relates to The Fallen Angel being tired of seeing everyone leave the Indies, go to WWE NXT, leave the Indies, go to WWE NXT. Well, next week, Christopher Daniels will make his NXT TV in-ring debut as he faces, you have to wait till next week. The Star Factory storyline has advanced. Guys, we're going to be pushing for Aleister Black and Daniels at TakeOver. I think, I think it'll be a good feud for Aleister Black. We need to get him over. Christopher Daniels is kind of long in the tooth, but he's still really good in ring and really over. So we're going to be using these two against each other, and we're going to see what happens. We're really trying to get Aleister Black pushed forward here. I think I'm going to end up going with Aleister in the end, going over. If you guys have a reason or think of some reason why I should go with Christopher Daniels and extend this out, go ahead and leave me a comment or give me a suggestion. That'd be great. All right, next we hear a loud bang as the referees and road agents are running to the fallen Adam Cole, who early tonight beat TJP. While expecting to see TJP, we see the Crow's Nest. Crow, Bridges, Donson, Masada standing over the fallen Angel, standing over a fallen Adam Cole, Bebe. Angle got the crowd hotter. The Crow's Nest and Bebe's storyline has advanced. This is the new program. We're going to be working with Crow and Adam Cole. Kind of trying to get Adam Cole over. We're trying to still keep Solomon Crow over, who's very over right now. Really give him something to do. Masada is learning to show more charisma, which is great because he's really good at brawling and hardcore stuff, which we're not going to be doing a lot of hardcore. But he's really good at brawl. He's really good at brawling, so we're going to be using that to try to keep him going. Well, we're going to be using his brawling type of matches to keep the Masada character going. He'll be breaking off probably eventually. Tim Donst isn't someone I love. Masada's okay. But he definitely has more of a future than Donst does, so we'll have to see what happens. But as of right now, Adam Cole got beat up by Crow's Nest out of nowhere. And in our main event, in a decent match, Andrade Cien Almas and Drew McIntyre defeat Bobby Roode and Mr. NXT in 17:33 when Andrade Cien Almas defeats Bobby Roode by pinfall with a Brilliante driver. During the match, we had Mr. NXT leave the ring and leave Bobby Roode to his own vices. Of course, heel and a face team up. They're facing off. Mr. NXT, Mr. Money in the Bank, Mr. NXT leaves the match, leaves Bobby Roode to a 2-on-1 assault from Drew McIntyre and Andrade Cien Almas. And the number one contender to the NXT Championship, Andrade Cien Almas, gets a very, very big win here tonight on NXT. A win that he needs, that is trying to propel him, getting him ready to face Drew McIntyre. All workers with pretty good ratings. Andrade Cien Almas with a 58 performance rating. McIntyre with a 69. Roode with a 65. Mr. NXT with a 64. Both segments have advanced but lost heats. That's unfortunate. I thought this would have been a good way to get all guys involved. Some advance. Andrade Cien Almas, Mr. Technician already, is advancing further in technical skills. That's great. So this was NXT The Game Season 1, Episode 36. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below the video. Let's see what we got. Hopefully we get at least a 70 here. 74, that's great. This is probably our second best show with a 74 rating for the NXT The Game 16 series, and increased our popularity in 45 regions. As I said, this was NXT The Game Season 1, Episode 36. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll be back shortly with another episode.